on the road, and it's in store today. And the guys join me now here in the studio to tell me where they have been and what they expect from this new album. So please join me in welcoming Billy Bob Thornton, Teddy Andriotis, J.D. Andrew, and Brad Davis. Hey guys, thank you very much for being here today. I know it's a busy day for you. Now this is a double album, and both are very different. The first one I was reading, kind of, you have this, influence of the British invasion, and the second one, kind of some slower, some moody music. Why such a difference in the albums?
Well, we have two sounds. I mean, we just naturally write two different styles of songs, and we've recorded since the last record probably 200 or 300 songs. We keep recording all the time, and we've got probably 5 albums that are already mixed and mastered that we're just going to have to sell at a later date because no label will put out 7 records a year. So the new one, we just had this collection of songs, and we asked the label, since we have these 2 different sounds, can we put out a double album? And they were gracious enough to let us do it, the people at 101 Ranch Records. And the first side is really kind of a jangly late 60s LA rock, like the Byrds, the Buffalo Springfield, and that kind of thing. And it's, I guess, in terms of a contemporary person, more like, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, that kind of music. The second side is, darker and moodier, and it's more influenced by Christopherson, John Prine, and Johnny Cash, people like that, J.J. Cale.
Very nice. Now, it's kind of interesting. I mean, when you guys got together back in 2007, you decided you were going to do what you wanted to do. You weren't just going to fit mainstream. So I guess that does reflect why both these albums are different. You're just doing what you want to do, which I just think is great. Okay, so you're back on the road. Just a couple days ago, you started going back out on the road. How's it feel to be back out there?
It's great. Yeah. We've only been on the road 3 days, and we haven't gotten mad at each other yet.
Yeah. Well, and I understand that all of you are avid bowlers, so have you been already going out to some bowling alleys? Where have you been?
Yeah, I'd come across the lane and take care of some of these guys because they were doing pretty well.
We bowled in Beaumont, right?
Beaumont.
Yeah, we bowled in Beaumont, Texas. And
who won?
High score was our bass player, Johnny, he's not here right now, 155, and I had 151. I was second.
Very nice. All right, well, congratulations.
And Teddy had low score tonight. He had 53 or something.
It was not good.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So does everybody take a part in writing the songs for the album? Everybody has a collaborative effort?
We all write. The new songs that we just did that aren't on the record, because we wrote some after this record, for the first time, all 4 of us sat in the same room in a studio and wrote together, which we normally don't do. Normally, I'll write with Brad, or I'll write with J.D. or with Teddy, and this time we wrote 5 songs together. On the new record, they're mostly, combos of either me and Brad, me and J.D., or the 3 of us. Now that Teddy, who plays keyboards in the band, he adds a whole other dimension to songwriting, because most everything we do is written on guitar. And, piano players and organ players, they do some stuff that we don't do. So.
That's right. Well, Teddy, I was reading you have played for Alice Cooper, Guns N' Roses. That's just to name a few. This is pretty different than what you've done in the past.
Well, I left Alice Cooper's band to play with Billy, because I just loved his music. And I thought, I want to be part of this.
Great.
13 years later, I'm still here.
Yeah, there you go. All right, now, Billy, I wanted to ask you, you were a roadie in the 70s, actually for country artist Johnny Paycheck, which I thought was pretty cool. So obviously music is not new to you. How have you been able to integrate it into the rest of your career?
That's pretty easy. I roadied for a sound company, actually, so I wasn't a roadie for Johnny Paycheck.
Right.
Things kind of get carried away sometimes when people talk about this. I worked for Johnny Paycheck, yes, but for a sound company, and we did a couple of shows with him. And Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Pure Prairie League, a lot of different people, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, over the years, but I went out with a sound company. And, I kind of grew up in music and then accidentally became an actor, and then, you get waylaid for a little while because you're making a living at something. But, the way we do it is, it's not as hard as you would think it is. We can record anytime we want, and so, every now and then I have to go off and do a movie, and because, in the music business, unless you're one of the top people, it's not as lucrative as it was at one point.
Very true.
So every now and then, we have to have to feed the kids and
Right.
pay for the house, and you got to do things that.
Do what you got to do.
And I love both equally.
Yeah.
You know, I always have. I love acting. I love music, and you know, all the guys. They probably know more about movies than I do. They watch more of them than I do.
On the road, when you all get sick of each other,
Oh,
go to
yeah.
your separate areas of the bus. Real quick, you guys told me before the break that you have an RFD-TV story. There you go, okay.
When we were making the first Boxmasters record, pretty much every night, because we worked all night long. You know, we would start in the middle of the afternoon, work till 5, 6 in the morning. We were watching the Wilburn Brothers one night, and this first song that they played on that show that night was called She's Looking Better by the Minute. And so we just looked at each other and went, we have to record that, because we were doing a record of covers at the same time as our record of original songs. And so that was the first song that we put on the cover side, and we would open our shows with it. And you know, we're huge fans of the RFD network and its programming.
It runs 24 hours at the studio.
That's great. What do you think of the new studio? We've only been to
It's fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
There's no hay in here. I thought there'd be hay down there.
That's right.
We'll work on that for next time you're here. We certainly hope you guys will come back and visit us again. And good luck with the album. Good luck with the tour. And again, thank you for coming in today.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And we will put those tour dates on our website, rfd-tv.com. Stay with us.